What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Punk Rock Radar. Today, we're going to be going over our top 5 personal favorite Sum 41 songs. And thank God here, I've got Elliot, aka Ergoth, from the Discord joining me because I picked out the most generic songs that you could, but they're my favorite. But Elliot's here to save the day with some deep cuts. So Elliot,
Yeah.
what went into your list? What was your mindset picking out these songs?
Well, first, I just want to say, at least one of us has to be honest, John, and pick the popular songs. I'll go over here and be like, well, actually, my favorite is this B-side off of, yeah. But how I picked these out, I think I just kind of went through just kind of the songs that I remember really stuck out to me, on re-listens and listening backs, and ones that always, especially when I was younger, I'd always look up these songs, and when I didn't have the record, I would always be like, oh man, it'd be so cool to have the full collection of all these songs. I wonder what other songs are on here. But I mean, these are kind of just songs with Sum 41. I feel like lyric wise, they've never been anything too exceptional. It's always been pretty passable, and it works for what they want to do. It works, but a lot of these you'll see a trend where just a killer chorus is going to save it every single time and just skyrocket it to the greatest of heights. Like an amazing chorus is usually what I'm looking for here. So how about you?
We just did the tier list, right? Like 3 weeks ago or so. So we had listened to every song from every album, and I had like my favorite picks, like my favorites picked out, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be like a nice refresh, but like literally nothing changed. Like there's these 5 songs that just like hit me different than the others, and like they've got like these big executives picking out the singles, what's gonna gravitate towards people. So I know the R&D is done, so I'm just the casualty of society, man, with my picks. So, but yeah, what. What is your first one gonna be? We'll get into it here.
Okay. So I think I'll go like this, where I'll kind of say songs I considered, because I have a song off of a different album every time.
Yeah.
So I'll go through. So that my first song is going to be off Does This Look Infected, and songs that I considered were, of course, Hell Song and Still Waiting. Another one being Hyper Insomniac.
Yes.
Just like really good cuts, but something, I don't know why, it just always sticks in my head, is All Messed Up. And we talked about it a couple times during the tier list and stuff like that. And All Messed Up to me almost seems like a half-hour of power song that somehow made it onto Does This Look Infected?
Totally.
And it works for me really well. This is like such a good summertime skateboarding song. And lyrically for Sum 41, I think this works really good with just kind of these they do kind of a lot of like cut and paste kind of style lyrics, but it's just like, 'cause I'm all messed up, making perfect nonsense, drowning in my doubt. It's just such a catchy chorus. It's a fun time. It's such this snotty, just get on a skateboard, don't give a fuck about anything today. We're just riding and we're listening to All Messed Up by Sum 41. So that's the vibe I get from it, and I've always loved this song, and even from the little intro that it's just it's a perfect little encapsulation of just like a fun older style Sum 41 song. So, but what do you think of All Messed Up, and what's your first pick here?
It's a great pick, and you mentioned a couple songs that may be on my list coming up. My honorable mention from Does This Look Infected is Over My Head, Better Off Dead.
Yes,
I like that one too.
I should have mentioned that too. That's a great one.
I love All Messed Up, and I think you summed it up perfectly. That's the skate song on the album. Like that's the summer skate song. So it's a great pick.
'Cause I'm all messed up, making perfect nonsense, drowning in my doubt.
I'll get into my first one here, and this is what I believe to be maybe not my personal favorite, but I think this is the best Sum 41 song, and that is We're All to Blame from Chuck. And Elliot, I think I've told you, like, I'm a religious listener to the Krista Makes a podcast, and it's like it's pretty common that the last song written for the album turns out to be either the first single or the one that like resonates most with the fans for whatever reason. And that's the case here, and it's gonna be a trend for a couple of other picks coming down the road. But
Okay.
I remember the first time I heard this song, I got like goosebumps, like chills from the chorus, just because like they just nailed it. And that still happens to me. Like if I'm listening to this with like a really good set of headphones, I've got it turned all the way up. Like this song is just like really, really special. It got me so pumped for this record. Like I feel like the songwriting from the first 2.5 albums to this is like we see like such like exponential growth between like those songs. I know that like Does This Look Infected, All Killer No Filler, I may have more attachment to it, but I can't like deny that we're in a whole different ball game with songs like this on Chuck. And one thing I do want to point out, like I was doing some digging. I talked to Elliot. I haven't really slept much the last couple of days, so I've been like digging into some of the backstories on these songs. And I found this old review from Sputnik Music, and they call them out for ripping off the melody from Chop Suey from System of a Down. I posted in the Discord yesterday. I had never made that connection, but I mean, it's like, it's not uncanny, but like you could definitely hear it. You could definitely hear the slow kind of part where it's like it's building. But I wanted to point that out. I mean, I'm not a huge System of a Down fan, so I'm happy to have this version of this sick melody for me and for some 41 fans. I don't hold that against them. I mean, we've been playing like rock music for like 100 years now. There's going to be some overlap, and that's fine.
But I honestly don't think it's that even that close. I can hear it, but I don't even think it's even that close. I think it's their own chorus, definitely. I mean, it may be a little bit on the melodies, but I'll have to listen to it again. But the chorus and We're All to Blame, it is incredible.
Yeah,
like, it's a great chorus. All of the riffs around it, and then that slow. In Sum 41, I don't think has ever done anything like that until We're All to Blame kicks on. So that's like you're like, oh, okay, these guys are making like really serious music now. They're like real musicians. They're no longer just this spunky pop punk band. They're slowing things down. They're building things up. They're doing other stuff, and it's a great track off of Chuck. And so I agree with you. I have to listen to it. Also, System of a Down, overrated band.
Yeah, I don't. Dude, my wife loves System of a Down. I don't get them. But yeah, like what you're saying, the like muted chug riff in the verses is so good. It's just so tastefully done. So
yeah,
that's my first pick, man.
All right. Well, for someone who didn't know what they were going to say about a song, you had a lot to say about that one. But it's a great pick. It's a great pick. So this one I picked. This one has, you were talking about System of a Down from We're All to Blame. But this one that I'm going to pick, I feel like the intro sounds like it's the start of a Linkin Park song. And we talked about the Linkin Park and the nu metal connection to Chuck a good bit. But the intro really does, like, you hear the buildup of this song. And some songs I considered off of Chuck are like We're All to Blame, of course, it's a great one. Angels with Dirty Faces, I really like that song as well. And Pieces, I forgot to even mention Pieces when we did the tier list, but I really do like Pieces. There's also a really cool slowed down version of Pieces that if you're into like slowed down reverb stuff, it sounds like really cool. I know John's probably not, but it weirdly works. It almost sounds like an 80s like indie song or something. But my pick is going to be I'm Not the One off of Chuck. And I think the big thing with I'm Not the One is the chorus is so fucking good on this song. And then you have Derek kind of doing this yelling with the those kind of riffs in the background, and he's doing some full on like almost like hard, like Sum 41's attempt at like hardcore yelling.
Yeah.
And then that the chorus is just so good, man. I mean, it gets stuck in my head for like days after I hear it. So, don't wait for me. just wait, cause I won't just sit by while you just bleed. Like it's so catchy, and I think the metal elements of this song are very strong. And there's a lot of these where I'm kind of like, maybe the single is the best song, but I want to talk about a deeper cut. With this one, I think I'm Not the One might be like the best song on Chuck. And I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
But, what do you think of I'm Not the One?
I'm not the one to wait for me, 'cause I won't just sit by.
I really like it too. And I was listening to Chuck this morning. I was like, man, do I have to pick all singles? And like, I toyed around with Welcome to Hell in '88 as like my possibles, but like, I just can't. Like, I like the I'm Not the One though. That's probably, it's in my top 3 for sure. It's a great pick. And I'm really glad that you were able to like see past all the singles and everything, because I'm going to prove again here in my next pick that I'm not capable of it. I've got my picks, but I feel like this is a dark horse single at least. I'm going to go with the title track, Screaming Bloody Murder, off of probably people's least favorite Sum 41 album. I've got another fact about this song that I had no idea. I think I told you yesterday, but this song, Screaming Bloody Murder, was written by Tom Thacker from Gob for Gob's, I think, 2007 album, Muertos Vivos, which is an album that I kind of like. You know, it's pretty good. It's not my favorite Gob album, but it's got songs like 18, and there's another good banger on there. But I don't know how this didn't make that album, because it would be the best song on there, like by a wide margin. But I'm assuming that Derek.
I've never listened to that Gob record.
Yeah, it's like a forgotten record. The last 2 Gob albums, Muertos Vivos and Apartment 13, I feel like nobody heard them. But
At least I haven't.
Yeah, I'm assuming Derek like definitely rearranged this and changed something, because there's no way it wouldn't have made it. So when I remember when I first heard this, like in my head, I'm thinking like, okay, we're gonna get Chuck Part 2, because it has way more of that feel than Underclass Hero did. And I grew to love Underclass Hero, but like myself, like a lot of people may have been let down at first hearing it, just because it was kind of like a back to the basics record. And then we get like this very stark change on Screaming Bloody Murder. But it's got like that chorus. It's like fierce yet catchy, right? And we've got like the Sum 41. I feel like the later albums, like starting here, they're kind of got like that where they put the subtle vocal distortion on the verses, and I think it's tastefully done on this one. It's like overdone on a couple of the tracks, but I like it here. Elliot, I know I told you, like I don't know what I'm gonna say, but you know, I've been up for like 4 or 5 hours at this point, so I did some homework, and I've got like a little story about the music video that never came out for this. They recorded in 2011.
I was wondering, because when you did our album rankings, there was no music video for this song, and I was like, I could have swore there was one. Then I saw it was like it was like some unofficial music video. Like, I don't know what that means.
So this is, I'm trying to piece it together. I looked at a couple different interviews where it's mentioned. So it filmed in 2011, but the label never gave the go-ahead on the subject matter. And then there's a 2016 interview with Cone, and then there's like a 2018 interview with Derek. And they both kind of allude to that right when they were going to put it out, like something happened where it wasn't right. So I'm assuming it's like gun violence or some type of thing where it just didn't align with what was going on. Because
I mean, the song "Screaming Bloody Murder."
Yeah, Cohen specifically said that it's not what people need to see right now. Like, so that's my inkling.
I wanna see that music video. We need to, petition for the release of the Screaming Bloody Murder music video.
I fully expect, dude, after seeing their merch prices, $125 hoodie, $45 t-shirts, they're going to make this available in some, like after they break up, there's going to be like some 41 super fan collection. It's going to be like, watch the video, $50. They'll find a way to profit off of this video. But yeah, killer underrated song. I didn't mean to go on forever about it, but what do you think of this track?
No.
Tear me open, I believe God will set you up to bleed.
No, the chorus gets you, dude. That's the thing with Screaming Bloody Murder. There's a couple songs in here where the choruses are just so there's some of the best choruses that they wrote on here. But the Tear Me Open, Watch Me Bleed, Screaming, it's so good.
Yeah.
That build up to it too, with the little piano intro. I'm not quite myself these days. And he's doing a weird vocal style on Screaming Bloody Murder, I'll say. And I'm not like the biggest fan of it, but once again, I think there's really 2 songs or maybe 3 that have there's 3 songs with insanely good chorus, like 3 of the best choruses Sum 41 ever wrote on Screaming Bloody Murder. And Screaming Bloody Murder, the title track, is one of them. But I also have one off of Screaming Bloody Murder. That is Next, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yes. That was my number 2 from the album, by the way.
Number 2. So this is Jessica Kill off of Screaming Bloody Murder. And same thing going on here. There's kind of this weird introduction, weird vocal style that Derek is doing, where this and a bit weird for him, but then it hits that chorus, and dude, that chorus just rips.
Yes.
I think it's one of the best choruses they've ever written. It's like insanely good. Like, and then they build it up. This one has a lot of. You've listened to the Black Parade now, and you hated it, but you can see the kind of the influence in some of the stuff that is mixed in onto Screaming Bloody Murder. At least some of the theatrics and stuff like that, and I can see it in this song, especially towards the end where he starts doing like this talking thing, and then it breaks into this, not the metal part, but like the build up to it, where they break into the little metal bit, and then it jumps right back into the chorus.
Yes. Yeah.
There's so many good elements of this song, but yeah, Jessica Kill is a great track. The chorus just elevates it to a whole other level, and apparently the song, lyrically, this one's really interesting too. It has a lot of deep, like some pretty good lyric stuff about it. I was trying to see, I thought it was like about addiction and everything like that, but apparently it's just about like a toxic relationship with Derek's very familiar with. So, one of his favorite things to write about.
Yeah, dude, I'm glad you touched on it, because I love, like, after the chorus ends and you get those like big guitar hits, and then it goes right into like the kind of like strumming, the pattern strumming. It's just like, I think it's like masterfully done. I love this song.
It is.
Yeah.
So I mean, even though, like we said, Sum 41 will take elements of their counterparts, they take just the right parts and mix them in the right way, where it's just like not you can't just do that. Like, no one can just do that. No one can just listen to like the Black Parade and Green Day and some other contemporary stuff and take elements of them and create a song like this. Like, this is masterful songwriting. The chorus is insanely good.
Yeah.
So
Won't you say you don't even know that's just how much I need.
Great pick,
is
dude.
what it is.
It had to be here. If you didn't have it, I probably could have fit it on mine. It's a great song. I bet people don't expect 20% Screaming Bloody Murder tracks on our list, but there it is. I'll get into my next one here. I've got yet another single. The last song written, so 2 out of 3 from Does This Look Infected? I'm going to go Sum 41, obviously Sum 41. I'm going to go Still Waiting. And this was our...
Who's that by again? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, this is our introduction to what the change is from All Killer No Filler to Does This Look Infected. Like, right away, you could tell the tone has completely changed. Like, the verses are heavier than anything they've ever done. You've got a minor key, almost thrashy thing going on guitar in the verses, which is badass. But then they bring us all back with that big ass chorus. You got that perfect "So Am I" in harmony going along with that chorus, and I feel like those two things, we get this thrashy verse into this catchy as hell chorus. I don't know that there's another band that can, tiptoe on these styles, kind of balance them out and make it work like Sum 41. And Still Waiting is, in my opinion, is one of the best examples of how they do it, what they do. And I had to put this here because I remember hearing this song and be like, hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
And I still feel that way. So that's my pick, dude. Still Waiting. What do you think?
Also, the intro is the chorus, but they're doing like the palm mutes.
Yes,
and
I
I
love
love when
that.
bands
Yeah.
do that. I love when you start with the chorus, but it's like slowed down or something, and then you go into the verse, and it comes back, and you're like, oh, that was the chorus they started with, and but it's like totally different,
Yeah.
and the guitars are heavier, and he's shouting it. I think it's an amazing single. I think it's an incredible song.
Hell yeah.
So in the music video that accompanies it is like one of their best music videos. The where they have what's that comedian's name? They have a meeting with him and he changes their name to the Sums.
Yeah.
Because the Vines and the Strokes and the White Stripes are all coming out at the time. But yeah, it's such a good music video, and it is such a distinct. It's distinctly Sum 41. Like these types of songs, they're so distinctly Sum 41, and that. Yeah, you just can't take that away from them. There's really nobody who can write a song like this, like Sum 41 can. So, a great pick. It's a single, but it's an incredible song. There's a reason it's a single.
Exactly.
If we're being honest, but I'm gonna pick All Messed Up for the deep cut credibility. But we'll go on to our number 4 song here, and we both have the same song here, don't we, John?
Yes, we do, sir.
So, but do you want to? It's off All Killer No Filler, but real quick, you want to mention a couple songs that we both considered off this record, other than Fat Lip, if there was even, because honestly, I don't think there's too many that are close. But maybe Nothing on My Back is an incredible song. I really like Heart Attack. As well.
Handle This, Motivation. They're all good, dude.
They're all good. Someone compared Heart Attack to What's My Age Again, and I never thought about that song. Yeah.
No.
Like
I don't hear that.
I don't hear that. But I have a little write up for Fat Lip here, because this is the Sum 41 song. This is like and there's so many things accompanying it, but let's see. Let me just read my little write-up I have on this one. I said, an incredibly dynamic single and an aggressively snotty song for an early 2000s pop punk band. The intro riff is legendary. The rap rock Beastie Boys transitioning into the bratty pop punk verse and then going into an incredibly catchy chorus. The shift into a Blink-style slow part and then back into the Beastie Boys. This is peak 2000s all over, and the music video is absolutely legendary. And I think that elevates it so much too, is like when you watch that music video, you're like taken away to like another place. Like I've always wanted to be in that Fat Lip. I want to be in the Fat Lip music video when I was a kid. That looked like the best time ever to be in the Fat Lip music video.
Totally.
I mean, like, right? Yeah, 100%. So, but what do you have to say about Fat Lip, John?
Yeah, dude, you nailed it. Like this was so here you go, 3 out of 4. This is the last song written for All Killer No Filler, which is think about All Killer without this song. This like
it would just be In Too Deep. Right.
The whole trajectory of the band would, because they would have missed that window, right? This is I've said this before, 1998 to like 2001, 2002, the golden years of pop punk. That's when was the time to get this. They were in pop punk songs were in every movie. You had like this is like peak, like the National Lampoon's movie and like your American Pie, like that style of music was everywhere. That culture was everywhere. And they kind of put out this song that has a little something, like you were saying, for everybody. It's got the guitars are just heavy enough to bring in the guitar people. You have the pop punk pre-chorus and chorus. You've got the rappy verses. It was just like pop punk is exploding, but let's put that on. Let's make the umbrella slightly wider to get even more people. And it just hit like with what was going on in pop culture and everything. They just nailed it. And I was like 14 or 15 when this came out, and it just like spoke to me. I was like, I'm a bratty kid, and this is a bunch of bratty kids, and they're out causing mischief, like BMX bikes and skateboards. Like that's what I was all about. So it spoke to me. It still does. There was no way this song wasn't going to be on the list. Everybody knows it. Fat Lip.
Yeah, it's such an incredible song that always took me away. Like I said, I listened to this song every day for like an entire summer.
Yeah.
And every morning I'd put Fat Lip on. It got me hyped up. And also, like you said, it's a little bit for everyone. And it's funny. It's also funny as well. There's so
Yeah.
many funny moments. And honestly, we can't mention Fat Lip without talking about the most iconic line in Fat Lip. Do you know what it is, John?
The doctor said my mom should have had an abortion.
Yeah, the doctor said my mom should have had an abortion. Like that's like the most legendary line for Fat Lip.
Yes, I agree. I love that.
Dude, I love that too when I had it. I was always like when I played on guitar, I was like, my doctor said my mom should have had an abortion. Then
So
back
good.
into the chorus. It's so good, dude. Like what a fun fucking song. It's like one of the best pop punk songs in my opinion, like of all time. So
I don't wanna waste my time, become another casualty of society.
all right, well, let's move on to our final ones here. And my final one is less of a fun summer pop punk song and more we're getting into a little bit more serious, slower stuff, but it's Speak of the Devil off of Underclass Hero. And I fucking love this song, dude. I don't think there's too many songs that are exactly like this that Sum 41 do. I like the intro where it has the harmonizing vocals in the background, the do, and he's like, I'm trying to find a way, getting better, and the drums kick in. Like it feels like this is the final track to Underclass Hero in a lot of ways. I think it's like the third track or something like that. And once again, then it picks up the pace, but we're still doing the kind of slow stuff. But it builds up to once again another insane chorus. Like I'd put the chorus of Speak of the Devil up there with Jessica Kill, in my opinion. And the weird part about this, I have never realized this until now, is I always thought he said, where it is, I've been waiting for the chance to reunite this sick romance.
Yeah.
That's what he says, right?
I thought so, yeah.
That's not what he said. Look at the lyrics. Is I've been waiting for a chance to reunite this increment. This increment. That's what maybe it's wrong, but that's what the lyrics say when I looked it up. I got to double check.
I have the record. Let me grab the record real fast. Hold
grab
on.
the record. You can cut.
All right, keep going. I'm gonna check that real fast. That does not sound right.
Doesn't sound right. To reunite this increment. Yeah, it's just what it says right here. I've been waiting for the chance to reunite this increment. I could have swore it was sick romance, and I always loved that line. I've been waiting for a chance to reunite this sick romance. This sounds like a way better lyric than what it's saying. But this song is an absolute banger. I love it a lot. I love the slow parts. I love all the guitar work in it, the production. The bass is a lot very Mark Hoppus sounding on this one. I also feel like, but yeah. Speak of the Devil. What's the big reveal, John? Do you have it out yet?
I want to say they knocked the vinyl packaging out of the park. It's the full CD booklet blown up to vinyl size.
That's awesome.
No, I've been waiting for the chance to reunite the sick romance. Confirmed.
That's what it says, dude. That's so weird. Google is just wrong.
Where is it? Right there.
Google's just wrong because I googled the lyrics. It is off of Lyric Find. I wonder what else. Who else has that there? No, okay. Other places say sick. Okay, Google's just wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that's.
Do you think the AI they just like AI the lyrics to these songs up on Google? Like an AI just hears them and types them out.
Dude, like I
think they'd source it from a legitimate source.
I'm not a fan of these AI search results on Google. I feel like they're wrong more often than they're not. Yeah, I was like,
okay,
that makes no sense. Not only is it like a worse lyric, but it doesn't make sense either.
It doesn't make sense, dude. I swear, Google it. That's what it says. On Google, it says this increment. And I'm like, what? Like, there's no way he says that. I've been listening to this song for years. I think romance. But either way, that mystery solved thanks to Detective John and his new Underclass Hero vinyl.
Yes.
But yeah, I fucking love this song. I think it's incredible. What do you think of Speak of the Devil? Do you have any opinion on it? Is it a song you like?
I do. I like almost all of the songs on this album, honestly. I'll be honest. So what
do you think?
This one, it's not one I considered for my top from the album, but I mean, it's a really good song.
Okay.
I mean, of course, I like
Yeah.
Underclass Hero, Walking Disaster, right? Let me look at
Walking
here.
is amazing.
Confusion, Frustration, Modern Times. Like, I feel like there's not a lot of bad
yes.
songs.
All right. So, John, what is your pick for the final song on the Sum 41 top songs?
All right. No surprise. I'm keeping it with no surprises here, man. I'm going to go Hell Song. And there was no way this song wasn't going to make it onto my list. Another single. The second one from Does This Look Infected was originally intended to be the first song. And then, like I said, they wrote Still Waiting at 0 hour. But yeah, dude, I feel like a lot of people know this song for like the basic, very simple yet effective intro guitar lick that kind of plays throughout. And then the big chorus, of course, pretty similar to Still Waiting. But yeah, I in my research for this, I found that Derek wrote this immediately after finding out one of his best buddies had contracted HIV.
Yes.
I never would have guessed that based on the lyrical content. I feel like it's purposefully vague because I don't know how many people would be able to relate to a song specifically about that. But yeah, there was no way I wasn't going to include this song. I was reading about I read like a review on punknews.org, and if you guys are like younger, like punknews.org is like they kind of invented gatekeeping back then. If you were on any type of major label, you were on this sucks, this is trash. And I'm reading the review for this album, and the guy says after the first song, which is Hell Song, I almost shut it off because I was so bored. And I was like, who in the, like, I don't care if you don't like Sum 41. Nobody could say this is like a sleeper, like I'm going to fall asleep. I need to check out after hearing the Hell Song. Like that makes no sense. And it always like pissed me off because these same people will gush about how good the Mr. T experience is. Like, get the hell out of here with that. Like just because it's on Lookout Records or whatever, they'll gush about all these like clearly mediocre bands. But like Sum 41 sucks because they're on Island Records. Like, I don't like that type of thinking. This is a banger. Does This Look Infected is full of good tracks. If you don't think so, you're fooling yourself. But again, music is subjective, so maybe you're not fooling yourself. But yeah, Elliot, what do you think of Hell's Song?
Yeah, some stray shots fired at the Mr. T experience, but
Unintended. They're fine.
Unintended shots fired at the Mr. T experience. Yeah, this song is a great song, dude. This is these types of songs are important too, in pop punk and in punk in general, is to have that intro riff, a simple intro riff that is so just catchy and really draws you in. Because this is made. I learned this on guitar. Like, this is one of the songs I heard this and I was like, I need to learn this on guitar.
Yeah.
I need to learn this on guitar. And it's easy to do. And that, someone who's beginning at guitar, these type of songs and Green Day songs are like very important, especially for someone learning music and stuff like that. And Hell Song is incredible. And interesting enough, the rumor in middle school was not the HIVs, that it was about his friend who died. So I don't know. But that was like a middle school rumor. I remember everyone talking about that. It's like, oh, this song's about his friend's death and something like that. But
maybe
yeah,
he's
Hell
died.
Song.
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. So Hell Song was like, I think I said like Chuck was kind of the one that was out when I was hearing Sum 41, but Hell Song was the one before I listened to any full record that I remember liking the most. Other than hearing Fat Lip and that little snippet off the buzz cuts late at night on Adult Swim. But Hell Song was the first song I was like, oh, this is a fucking awesome song. The intro riff, everybody's got their problems, and it's so good. So it's a great pick. It's a great single. The music video with all the dolls and the celebrities, and awesome, very punky music video as well. So
yeah, dude. Like, I don't like, it never made sense to me, these people who just automatically link up like Sum 41 with like Simple Plan and
I know, they
like
used to
that
do it
kind of
all the
stuff.
time.
There's no
It was
way.
on the forums back in the day. They used to be like, "Good Charlotte, Blink-182, Sum 41,
No.
not punk." And I'm like, Sum 41's a little different here. Like, I understand if you don't like Blink-182, I like Blink-182, but just comparing, like, Does This Look Infected is nothing like anything Blink has done.
No,
Like,
that's
just straight up.
I said it in the tier list. I want to say it again. Like, if Does This Look Infected was on Fat or Epitaph, or
Oh yeah.
it would, like, that same guy, and I'm 100% sure that same guy would have given it a 10 out of 10. And that's what sucks. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. I get the punk rock ethos and all that stuff, but like, it doesn't change if music is good or not. Like, that part of it, it shouldn't change. But yeah, dude, I'm trying to see, like, I think I hit most of my honorable mentions, but real quick, some of the newer ones like Fake My Own Death and Goddamn I'm Dead Again are I did not seriously consider it, and of course, like, Makes No Difference from Half Hour of Power
Yes.
was under consideration. Was there any songs from albums we didn't hit?
Fake My Own Death was highly in consideration, but I decided not to do it. And Catching Fire off Order and Decline, I considered as well. I know you weren't a big Order and Decline fan, but I really like the melodies on Catching Fire, and I think it's like maybe one of their best closing tracks in my opinion. But and also Machine Gun off of Half Hour of Power.
Yeah,
I love that song.
me
It's
too.
just it's a like a no effect song through and through. It's so good. And yeah, Nothing on My Back. We've already mentioned everything else. So I think Fake My Own Death, Catching Fire, and Machine Gun were the only ones that weren't on the albums here. But yeah, I think we both have a killer list here. So there's really not too many songs you could go wrong with off of any of these albums, to be honest. So maybe a few that I've been like scratching my head if you picked them, but not too many. So these are all pretty solid. I guess Screaming Bloody Murder, there was a lot of instances where I'd be like, really, you're picking that one? But
The second half of the album.
yeah, but the singles on Screaming Bloody Murder are insanely good. So I always thought they were good. I always thought it was a disappointment how good those singles were in comparison to kind of how it fizzles out towards the end. But yeah, I guess that'll be the top 5 Sum 41 songs. Any closing thoughts, John?
I'm wondering, like, I feel like they're gonna play, because I'm seeing them in 2 weeks. Yeah, about 2 weeks. I feel like there's a pretty good chance they're gonna play all the songs on my list. Maybe, I don't know if they play Screaming Bloody Murder live. I that one I'm not sure. But I'm excited to see them. I know I was bitter in the Discord about the merch prices, which I will not be purchasing, which is kind of a bummer because it's the last tour. But yeah, this is one of my favorite bands. Hellsong's probably in my top 15 punk songs, personal favorite punk songs of all time. Maybe another video we do one of these days. And yeah, great band. So sad to see them go, but the last couple records haven't been my cup of tea, so maybe it's just time. But yeah, let us know your top 5 Sum 41 songs down in the comments. If you haven't already, make sure and join our Discord. We're in there. It's like going all hours because we got people from all over the world. So anytime, if you're up at 2, 3 in the morning like I am sometimes, you want to talk punk rock, head over to the Discord. Constantly recommending new bands. So we got people who are recommending these awesome 90s skate punk albums I've never heard. So it's constantly going on. So make sure you join the Discord down below. If you want to support the channel, head to punkrockraider.com and check out the limited run store. We've got couple new imports. The new Fastlane skate punk album is awesome. It's there now and shipping. And some classics like the Making Friends album from last year that was on a lot of top 10 lists. So make sure and go check those out. And yeah, that's going to do it for this one. As always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you all next time.
Peace out.